Shalom. I'd like to say a special thanks to the Combat Antisemitism Movement and to Zikaron BaSalon for organising today's event. Today I join you as the very proud chair of the Parliamentary Friends of Israel in the New South Wales Parliament, which brings together members from all across the aisle to support the State of Israel. Of course, in supporting the State of Israel, it is fundamental to support the moves against anti-Semitism all across the globe. Your immense courage is a tribute to your character and is an inspiration to all. Connecting Holocaust survivors' memories with the fight against anti-Semitism is critical. And I thank Mr. Goldberg once more for sharing his important story with us all. It's a story which must be heard by more people throughout the world. Holocaust commemoration and remembrance remains something which free and democratic societies need to ensure never happens again. I know for me, in my views on the world and the views on particularly the State of Israel and the need to combat anti-Semitism, they were formed from a very young age, at a time when I had heard the stories from Holocaust survivors themselves in visiting the Sydney Jewish Museum. Of course, we now face the challenge where our Holocaust survivors and their stories need to be remembered for generations to come. They need to be immortalised so that the next generation doesn't lose sight of their horror and doesn't lose sight that this can never ever happen again. We need to hold back the growing tide of bigotry and anti-Semitism that we keep on seeing rearing its very ugly head, and we all need to make sure that we say that it is unacceptable. I personally thank Mr. Abraham Goldberg for his bravery in telling his story. Whilst confronting, as a reminder of the abhorrence of the Nazi regime in Europe, Mr. Goldberg's tale grounds us in the reality of the discrimination which, left unchecked, festers into. When Tell the World What Happened to Your Family and Other Jews, words spoken by Mr. Goldberg's mother, is something that we are gathered here today when we must carry forth with all of us in all forms and means available to us. The Combat Antisemitism Movement and Zikaron BaSalon have brought us together today, from Australia to Poland to Panama, to share testimony, story and experience, and I again extend my thanks to them in this forum. Gather virtually together from all corners of the globe, I call to attention the critical role of technology and what it will play in going forward in combating anti-Semitism and providing vital education for our communities. Here in New South Wales, we're already seeing how that's working with our Sydney Jewish Museum and the contribution that is being made to immortalising Holocaust survivors' stories for future generations so that it can actually be a unique, engaging experience for those to be able to converse with wonderful, inspiring Holocaust survivors like Eddie J. Koo. The Beyond Duty photographic exhibition in early 2020 paid tribute to the 34 diplomats who have been recognised as righteous among the nations for saving over 200,000 Jews during the Holocaust. It was the pleasure of the New South Wales Parliamentary Friends of Israel, the New South Wales Jewish Border Deputies, and of course the Embassy of Israel to collaborate in the organisation of the multimedia event and to commemorate their memory and who went beyond their call of duty. It's the duty of all gathered here to continue the process of commemoration, and I know that it is something that we will all do to continue to broadcast it to the widest audience that we can. I'm proud to be part of a government in New South Wales which will become the first Australian state jurisdiction to adopt the IRA definition on anti-Semitism, making sure that the federal government's work in adopting it in late 2021 could also be applied here in New South Wales. And we need to work together to ensure that there is a practical implementation of that adoption. There is a clear and profound message from this government and the state of New South Wales that anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in any form, whilst also seeking to educate our community on what anti-Semitism is and how we as united people can stand against it. I call on everyone here gathered today to continue to advocate for the adoption of the IRA definition on a wholesale level across the world. Evil must be named before it can be combated, and the IRA definition is one crucial step in this regard. Holocaust Remembrance Day remains a sombre and real reminder of the spectre of anti-Semitism that has plagued our societies for too long a time. Yet it's also a chance to honour the message of hope and unity that survivors such as Mr. Goldberg have given us, and of which we are incumbent to take forth and voice to the future. I have never met a Holocaust survivor who comes with anger and despair. Every Holocaust survivor, although seeing the absolute worst of humanity, has always given the greatest and most inspiring message of hope for the future and how much they cherish and love being alive each day. This is the message we need to take forward to ensure that we can never again repeat the mistakes that we have seen in the past and saw through the Holocaust. But we need to ensure that we fight for our society to never ever return to that point again.